Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, I gotta say thank God for another day and another opportunity. And as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today I put together a very special build for y'all. Now, I'm going to be naming this one Big Game James, and it's going to come out to an inside out scorer. And of all NBA players, it's going to be reminding me of legend James Worthy from the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, as far as for this one today, when it comes to attributes, we'll get a 99 plus when it comes towards our driving layup, dunk, perimeter defense, and stamina. On top of that, we're going to get contact dunks and pro dribble animations with a total of 60 badges. Now, on top of that, this build is going to have a very high strength to bully on both ends of the floor. The finishing is really the strong suit of today's build, and it's really a two-way player on both ends of the floor. Now, I really can say that this build does not have any weakness, and for an interior build, this one's going to be unstoppable. So look, before we get any further, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for Thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. So to get started, we're actually going to go ahead and put this build under the shooting guard position. Now let's go ahead and also move the height to 6'8". Getting into the weight, let's move this to 235. And then for that wingspan, I decided to go with 7'5". Now from here, we are all set to move forward. And you're going to want to be sure to follow along with today's build. So the first area that we're going to get started with is going to be that speed. Go ahead and put this up to an 81. As for when it comes down to our acceleration, I decided to go with a 70. Moving into the strength, put this all the way up to a 92. And then when it comes to our vertical, let's go with a 75. Now for this build on the stamina, let's go ahead and put this all the way up to a 96. And everything is really optional to your own liking, but take into consideration doing your workouts from the Gatorade facility, and I promise you, you're going to get a +4 put towards this area. We'll have an 85 speed, 74 acceleration, 96 strength, 79 vertical, with a 100 plus stamina. Now let's go ahead and get started when it comes to the finishing. As for that close shot, I think this is going to be best at a 77. Moving into when it comes to the driving layup, let's go with a 97. Now for the driving dunk, I think it's going to be best at an 87. Really take into account what you're going to be able to do on both ends of the floor because of the physicals. Now this right here will allow you to get those contact dunks. Now from here, on the offensive end, I promise you, you're really set in store for a very special build. Let's get started with that defense. So for that interior, leave this at a 52. Go with an 85 when it comes to the perimeter. To be able to guard most positions, go with a 72. Now getting into the defensive rebound, I'm going to go with a 60. And then this is what we're going to be looking like on this side of the floor. Really take into account your own play style. If there's anything that you want to go ahead and change or adjust, please be sure to go ahead and do so. But from here, let's get started with the playmaking. So as for the ball handle, I think the pass accuracy and the ball handle are two stats that we need to take into account the most. I'm going to put this up to an 81. Getting into the pass accuracy, put this to a 75. And then for the speed with ball, I decided to go with a 75 here as well. Now this is really optional and based to my own play style. The reason being is because I want to be sure to move around the floor a lot faster than most defenders, and especially with the pass accuracy, if you want to go ahead and lower this to get more out of other areas, that's one option that I can definitely see if you're looking to be more of a 2s or a 1v1 type player. The badges are really what's going to make most of this build very special, so let's get started with the shooting. To wrap everything up on that mid-range shot, I'm going to go with a 64. As for when it comes down to the three-pointer, I'm going to go with a 79. And then for that free throw, put this all the way up to a 63, and this is what we're going to be looking like for today's build. Now take into account you get most of the pro dribbling animations as well as contact dunks. As far as for badges, as you can see, we already get some very special ones. Hall of Fame Fearless Finisher is going to make a huge difference on that interior. We'll also be able to get Fast Twitch. I do like Silver Masher, and then we get Hall of Fame Pro Touch with Giant Slayer. Now I do like Gold Whistle, and then for the driving layup, look, a lineup of Hall of Fame badges. Slithery, Acrobat, I think it's really one of my favorites. Then from there, Aerial Wizard with Bunny, Pro Touch, Scooper, Float Game, Giant Slayer, and Spin Cycle. Now 2-step with Whistle, really all of these badges is going to allow you to get to the line. Now as for that driving dunk, as you can see starting from the top, we get Silver Posterizer. On top of that, you pair it up with Hall of Fame Slithery. It's going to be a very overpowered build. Now from there, we do also get Silver Precision Dunker. This build, in my opinion, one of my favorites that I've brought to y'all. I hope you have enjoyed it so far. As for when it comes down to the shooting badges, we'll be able to get Silver Blinders, Catch and Shoot, Bronze Deadeye with Silver Green Machine, then we get Space Creator, Spot Finder, Guard Up, and Midi Magician with Open Looks. Getting into the rest of the 3-pointer, we'll be able to get Agent 3 at least on the bronze tier. Corner Specialist, I think it's a very important badge. And then you get Claymore. All of these badges are going to be very effective, especially when you take into account buying your own boost. Now getting into the free throw, if you want to lower any other attribute or different areas to try to get more out of this, you can definitely go ahead and do so. Let me go ahead and show you a quick example now, as you can see with the stamina, possibly even when it comes to the strength. But I think this is going to be perfect. Go ahead and buy boost, take the minor hit. I think getting animations over attributes is definitely going to be the better route to go. As for when it comes to the pass accuracy, we're going to be able to get badges like Silver Break Starter, Dimer, and then on top of that, Special Delivery with Bronze Touch Passer and Relay Passer. For that ball handle, we get the Pro Dribbling animations with Silver Unpluckable, Ankle Breaker, then you get Blow By, Handles for Days. Hall of Fame Physical Handles, a very overpowered badge, and it's going to allow you to bully with that high strength and finishing on the interior. Now we get Silver Speed Booster with Triple Strike, Bronze Killer combos, and then you get Hyperdrive. Paired up with the rest of these badges, going to make it a very special build. Now as far as for the defensive end, you get Silver Workhorse. We'll also be able to get for that perimeter, Silver Clamps with Challenger and Ankle Braces. I like Pick Dodger with 94 feet. Then you get Gold Off-Ball Pass with Bronze Fast Feet. Now for that steal, you get Bronze Glove Interceptor for those stealing lanes with Bronze Right Stick Ripper. And then for the defensive rebound, Box Out Beast and Rebound Chaser, just to be much more than enough for an interior presence for getting boards. Now really let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Is there anything that you would change or go after to make this build a little bit better? Now for those of you who stuck around, thank you so much. More so than anything, thank God for this opportunity. Let's go ahead and move forward to make sure that everybody made this build correctly. We should be able to get these 3 different comparisons, and as y'all can see, together we have created Big Game James, the inside out scorer build in NBA 2K24 on next gen. Now once you take into account activating your takeover, buying boost, wearing gear, and the better we play throughout each game, you'll also be able to get a minor boost. There's a lot of potential to look forward to and out of this build. Now look, before we get out of here, if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for Thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. And with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. God bless y'all, and Rich out.